Today, July 20th, 2 Chronicles 29 through 31, and James chapter 4. We're going to go to 2 Chronicles chapter 29 and into 30. Because yesterday when we were in 2 Kings, we were looking at the downfall of Israel and why that happened, and the stubborn hearts and their inability or refusal to repent of their wicked ways. And here in 2 Chronicles, we're reading about a king of Judah who's going to do what's right in the eyes of the Lord, and the steps that he takes to turn a nation, to turn a people back to God. And in fact, it's going to work for a time, because Judah is going to last longer than than Israel. Israel was taken captive by the Assyrians in 714, I believe, and Judah is going to last until 586. So, 125 years, something like that, difference. You're like, well, that's not much. Well, that's several lifetimes. That's pretty good. And so, chapter 29, it begins with Hezekiah cleansing the temple, kind of getting it back into shape to have offerings and to worship the Lord and have singing. And then chapter 30, they're going to have a celebration of Passover. And you think, well, these are what they're supposed to do. What's the big deal about all that? Well, when you go many years and time without doing these things, it becomes a big deal when you finally do them. And the message, I think, as we translate that into New Testament times, is never too late to restart good habits. It's never been too long to restart coming back to church regularly. It's never too late to, and fill in the blank. Hear from the Lord and respond to Him. That's the message we see of Hezekiah. And he gathers the people and the priests and gets them back into action. And here's a good kind of summary verse or two. Chapter 31, verse 20. Hezekiah did throughout all Judah, and he did what was good and right and faithful before the Lord his God. And every work that he undertook in the service of the house of God, and in accordance with the law and the commandments, seeking his God, he did with all his heart, and he prospered. That's the bottom line. Are you doing all that you're doing in and for the Lord? Are you being faithful to Him? The prospering part and the doing well part comes not because we see the results and we go, look at what I did, but because God sees the results and He takes care of those. And so you don't have to worry about those. Your part, my part, is to be faithful to what God calls us to do in whatever sphere of work that would be, in ministry, in life, and like Hezekiah, to continue to shore up areas of our life and consecrate ourselves in our life to the Lord. Till next time, keep growing little by little.